I would say good morning and potentially good afternoon to all those that are joining us today at our DVT Tech Insights session here on a Tuesday. We are privileged to have Rory Preddy with us. Rory, a principal cloud advocate with Microsoft, but also a very, very astute technologist and consultant in terms of the way of new tech and all sorts of tech. And fortunately today we have Rory with us to talk about OpenAI and how that is going to impact millions of people positively, we hope. Rory, thank you so much for joining us today. We always appreciate having you and your time and your expertise with us. It's, I'm sure, going to be very exciting and interesting to hear your views today. Just for our audience, please, if you do have questions for Rory, I'll ask you to raise those in the chat section and we'll then moderate those and pose those to Rory at the end of the session today. We'll give Rory the opportunity first to enlighten us a little around OpenAI and what he sees as the potential and opportunity within that space. Rory, I'm going to hand over to you, sir.
Thank you so much, Carl. And it's on OpenAI. It's on quite a few technologies, but it's also on my journey with OpenAI. Now I'm reading a book that says, always sell their story. So I'm selling the story that I hope that you will take on with OpenAI for your journey. And for me, it's accessibility. So I looked at AI and I created this slide deck to focus on that. And wherever you see the pictures there, those pictures are generated by DALL-E, which is one of our services that we have in partnership with OpenAI that generates images. You can see that he has someone holding the hand of an Android, and I created that in a few seconds by a description. So you can follow me on @RoryPreddy. And what we're going to cover today, we've spoken before on accessibility. I'm going to rehash it a little bit. Then I'm going to go through tools and testing. I'm going to describe GitHub CoPilot. Then I'm going to say also and superimpose them against ChatGPT3 and Azure OpenAI. And then I'm going to do a demo. And I'm going to do the demo. I actually did this at one point and it hadn't been launched though, but I'm going to do the demo with Azure OpenAI, which you can do it with ChatGPT3, but I'm going to show you how to do that and get started with Azure OpenAI. So what is the sentiment for AI right now? What are we kind of like hoping for? And there are some doomsday preppers who's saying that, you know, bad for humanity, dangerous, applies fake news, hate speech, all of those things. AIs will take our jobs, humans will become dumb. AI will take over and enslave us. And then there's the good humanity people. Unlocks new human potential. There's some useful applications. And then there's just, this is just rubbish. It's just a toy, entertaining, statistical parrot. But like, I do think that there is some merit in the kind of creepiness of that. That is DALL-E created an image for me of someone staring at a child's bed, looking over them, because and there's a movie recently called Megan that came out that people are worried about there. And this gave me a few headaches. This is also an image generation of me sitting in front of a computer with stressing about that. Because in truth, I've always looked at AI as an opportunity to help me with accessibility. So if you don't know me, a little bit of an introduction. I have dwarfism, achondroplasia. I advocate for Microsoft. I speak to their product teams. I spoke to 200 accessibility testers late last night on OpenAI. And I bolt on a lot of my solutions to that. And bolt on, if you remember my previous talk, is not necessarily the best solution, because bolt on means that you have to kind of go out of your comfort zone to get what you want. There's me at the University of Bloemfontein. There's me trying to get coffee, because bolt-on creates the Hydra. Remember, the Hydra, it's a mythical creature, and it's the bug Hydra. You create a bug in production, and it's so much harder to fix that bug. Look at that fail there. There's someone trying to create an accessible rampway, and they didn't think it through, and they created the Hydra. So my challenge that I gave myself is, how do I actually look at creating a partnership with AI to help me get the benefits of what this fourth industrial revolution is going to give us for accessibility? So let's start also with Accessibility 101. What is accessibility? Now, it's the design of products, services, and environments so that everyone, including people with disabilities, can fully experience them. You start with inclusive product and service design. You include compliance. You increase your productivity and innovation. And we've seen that already now. By including AI, we're doing innovation because can you guess what AI also does when you include it in accessibility testing? It gives you the solution to the problem. It actually can write the code for you. And disability is not a personal health condition. It's a mismatch human interaction. Like if I went to a doctor and said to them, I'm feeling a little bit run down, he goes, I think you've got the disabilities. He's only going to tell me that if I can't do something. And my classic story is that I started losing weight as part of my midlife crisis. I'm 43 at the time. I was 39 just before COVID hit. And I jumped onto one of those BMI scales and I entered the details and had an AI there. And it called me terrible names because I was 4'1" and 65 kilos at the time. I'm 50 kilos now. And it called me terrible names. So I needed a tool and a technology to be able to help me really combat what I perceived as a AI apocalypse. These AI tools were not going to work for me. And I started doing some investigation with the accessibility team and also the GitHub CoPilot team on how to incorporate that. And they told me about all their tools and tests that we can use. And also a huge drive to shift left. I had a session with 200 accessibility testers, and every time they spoke, they said shift left. They needed to take all of the energy that we have for software development and testing and agile development process and move it to make sure that we pick up that hard drive beforehand. So you've got your accessibility insights to build an accessibility tools from the start. And then you've got, those are your engineering tools. Then you've got bringing people in with disabilities, because I promise you, those individuals who, if you hire for people with disabilities, they are the biggest advocates to make sure that your code, your applications, and your systems run inaccessible. And you use user engagement, design sprints, and then you've got design, the design phase, which is fill your design gaps, LE design, spec reviews, toolkits, PWB sessions, and then finally rigorous testing, trusted tester testing. And how do you do that trusted tester testing? You really use automated checks and CI/CD tests. And you can go and you can get access all of this in accessibilityinsights.io. We have the test for Azure DevOps, and you can go in there. You can see there it's scanning a page. Did that actually target page Bing? Oh, no, you've never seen that. Okay, Bing is completely accessible. I cannot believe an example that we actually use Bing. Big news coming up with Bing today. So accessibilityinsights.io. So how to bug bash using their tools? You run accessibility insights, which I'm going to show you in the demo. You use the app with only the keyboard to see if is it navigable. Use the app at 400% zoom. And then basically most of the accessible issues have been found. Now, how do you fix them? You check the results with Azure OpenAI, and I'm going to show you what that is right now. So what is CoPilot and ChatGPT3? If you've been under a rock, you will not have heard those two terms. They are so much work for me. They're like, I'll wake up in the middle of the night and go, ha, ha, some robot I need to program. But we've been talking about it for a while. This is 2010. So 2019, we gave $1 billion to OpenAI to artificial intelligence. And then we licensed OpenAI's GPT3 text generation. So you can access the URL there if you want to pause it. So where are we right now? So 2020, we've got the GPT models. 2021, we've got the DALL-E and the clip models. So to create all those images you saw there, I created them. I don't have to license them because they are mine. 2021, we customized the models for fine-tuning. Then we created the CodeX models, GitHub CoPilot. 2021, GitHub CoPilot on Azure OpenAI. Azure OpenAI private preview. So it is now in public preview. You can sign up for it. I've given Corin the URL to send out to everyone. And then we released the web GPT demos and DALL-E 2, CodeX fine-tuning. And then finally, we've got the OpenAI public preview and Chat GPT DaVinci 003. That's the OpenAI ChatGPT. We don't have on Azure OpenAI, and this is important to understand, we don't have a chatbot just yet. You have to build your own, but don't worry, that's coming. And then 2022, Azure OpenAI Service General Availability. You can go in. We do vet your application because we want to make sure that we have ethical AI considerations. But once you have that, then you have the power of OpenAI. So what does it do really? So this is the CodeX model. It's one of the models there. And this, you've seen this there. You can validate each address with an API and return a list of valid addresses. And it's going to go in there. And we scanned, don't worry, ethically, all of GitHub. And we took the best algorithms for that. And obviously, we vetted them a little bit there. This is one of the models that we have. This is the CodeX model. And it works on nearly any language, programming language, on any platform to create your code. I'm going to show it to you today. So CoPilot, it uses OpenAI CodeX, all languages supported, and it works with nearly all IDEs, Visual Studio, IntelliJ, Visual Studio Code. So the brains behind it, so it gets context, limited context to send to CoPilot. It knows what you're doing, and that's the novelty of regenerative models, is that they kind of get context of what you're doing, and then they can answer questions, and they can generate text based on your answers. So here we've got limited text. It says find the largest prime numbers in the array. It knows what the array is. Make a suggestion. So now it'll make a suggestion. You need to choose that suggestion, and then it'll give you the options for those suggestions, and then deletes the context right away after it's been recommended. And you can convert comments to code, you can autofill repetitive code, you can show alternatives. So what is ChatGPT 3? So ChatGPT 3, it's very similar. So iterates on ideas quickly. Now ChatGPT 3, so we have on Azure, just to reiterate, GPT 3. The chatbot is just a front end there that basically does chat. Iterate on ideas quickly, so you can prompt it and you can get summarized results. You can refine with examples. So as it kind of knows more about you, it can refine the examples. And you can also create your own models. So if you have a model that speaks about a three-letter acronym repetitively, you want to train it on that, you can go in and you can base it off the GPT-3 model, and then go in and actually refine it. Optimize accuracy and latency. So prompt with completion examples. So how do we get them to work together? Now I've got a demo that I'm going to show you. We've got plenty of time for the demo. So you can see there, this is something I did DALL-E. I said, please give me two robots fighting, two robots who are accessible needs, robots fighting in a gladiator arena, and it went in and created it for me. So let's go into our demo, and I'm going to use IntelliJ for the demo. And I'm going to start from the beginning, and I'm going to go slow because sometimes I get a little bit confused about the demo, but this is the end result. So we have the end result afterwards, and then we can go in and play around with it. So I'm going to go new project, and I'm going to create, and I know you're saying, Rory, you're a Java developer, but you should be doing Java. So Java doesn't do front-end stuff really, so I have to do this in HTML. So I'm going to do HTML5 boilerplate, and I'm going to create this, and it's going to create my little page here. And you can see there I've got some page, and it doesn't really do much. No, I don't want npm. That'll run forever. And I can right-click on the index at HTML and go run. And there's the thing. Hello, this is HTML boilerplate. Thanks very much for that. And so now I want to go in and I want to create some code. So the first thing I want to do, I want to get rid of our competitors' little analytics there. Goodbye. You came late to the game of AI, and you're gone. And we want to get rid of that. Now I want to do create and I've got the demo already thought through here. But I've got CoPilot. You can see there I've installed CoPilot. And to install CoPilot, you do need to get a Teams or a what is an enterprise account. You can go to settings there, you add in the plugin here, and I've got GitHub Copilot. It's the only plugin I really run there. So you got it, and then it'll say log into GitHub, and you've got it here. The first thing I want to do here is I want to embed a video that I've got captions in. Remember, I want to use AI. So the first thing I want to do here, so I've got the audio video analyzer. So that's videoindexer.ai, media, and I've got my media here, and I've got some interviews, and I've got a magnifier sample here. And in this magnifier sample, it's just a video, and basically it goes through and I took this straight off the Microsoft website. It's one of my colleagues there. And it actually gives you a line by line. If you want to go there, you can see there. Let's actually just pop the audio. I want to pop the audio. There we go. Okay, so I can pop through that, and I can actually just go download the captions files. I can go download closed captions, and it will give me the closed captions. So I want to download these two files and then pop them into a video. So I'm going to go download closed captions, and I think I want, SRT, and I can download audio effects or speakers, download there. And then I also want to get a copy, let's go here. I want to get a copy, close that there, of this video. And then you can actually get a copy of this video here, insights here, and I want to just make that a little bit bigger here. And there we go. There we go, download. So I want to go source video. There's a small little video there. And then I'm going to take both of those samples. It's 30 megs big. And I'm going to create a little video folder here. So I'm going to go new and directory. And I'm going to go video. So I'm going to go into my downloads folder. And it's got everything there. And I'm going to go into my downloads folder. And I was a Mac user, and I'm still trying to get used to Windows. I know the irony is not lost on me. I'm going to copy those two files there. Copy. I'm going to go back into IntelliJ here, and I'm going to go paste. Yes. Now I've got the two videos here. Now, but I want to add a video here. So I've got GitHub CoPilot. So I'm going to tell it, I've got a little comment here that I prepared. Embed a video tag with a video called magnify sample.video and captions file called magnifiers sample video.vtt. Did I do SRT or VTT? Oh, I didn't even download that. Let's go and find that SRT. Oh, I did SRT. I don't know if it can do SRT. Let's go download the VTT file just to make sure though. So download, closed captions, and we want VTT. VTT, download. Yes, Rory, VTT, not SRT. Show in folder. And I want to copy that file there, copy there, and go back into that, cancel that. And I'm going to go paste that in there. Just need to rename it. I want to go there. And we've got our stuff here. It's got all my actual captions. And it says there, add a VTT with the width and height and controls. Now, if I hit enter, obviously, this is a demo, live demo. I hit enter there, and it's got it here. And I can actually go through and cycle the demo here, GitHub CoPilot. And it'll show me, if I hit refresh, the context. Remember, it knows what I'm trying to do, and it knows what you can see there. There's the video, and it's got all of the options that I needed to do. And I can accept the solution, and I want to accept a solution that has, let's just go for the first one there. Video accept solution, bam. And did that work? And I want to hit just enter here. Label equals to default, and it's helping me fix it out there. And video. So it's got it here. Now I should be able to just right click here and go run index.html. I've got two videos. Okay, so and I also put the video in the wrong folder. So let's go back into here, and I want to go source, track source, and I want to go video / and video / and I should be able to see that. And that was just created off, I already had it there. Embedded video. I think I accepted that one beforehand. Embedded video. Okay, cool. Let's take that one off there. Now let's run that here. And I've showed you how to add captions. It's as simple as that. Let me just hit refresh here. There we go. And I can go add captions there. And there's the captions. So that's great, and I did that with GitHub CoPilot. So let's go back, and I want a form, so you can see there that's the end result. I want to add a form here. So, and I'm going to go. I'm going to tell it I want a form underneath my video, and I'm going to say create a form with a name message and message that has a button that calls a separate JavaScript function to alert on the form fields, just to print it out. And then I can go into my GitHub Copilot and see the context, or just hit enter and see the completions, but it's easier for me just to do that. And you can see there I've got return validate form, return alert form. I want to do the alert form, so accept solution there, but I don't have that function really. This function will alert the form. Oh, there we go. It even added the JavaScript here, alert form. Whoa, that is some incredible. And let me just make sure GitHub Copilot is happy with that. So even it makes sure that its own issues are solved. Got alert form, and I've got 2 alert forms. So let's just take that off there. So I've got the form name there, the input text name message area, and then I've got button type equals button, alert form 2, and then alert form. So that kind of should work. So let's go right click and go run. I don't know. No, I had to need refresh there. Oh, way too big. So that we can actually put in the name fields there and the fields there, and we can go alert form. And it says alert form. And I can practice with that a little bit. And this is the end result. And you can see there, I think what I've done here is I've done the text. There we go. Rows equals that, columns equals 80. No. So there is some gentle scrubbing that you have to do around that. So run that and hit refresh. And hit refresh again. Not too sure what we're going to do there, but it doesn't matter. You can see that there's the form there, and we can go and CSS there. But I want to check if this is accessible. I can go into Accessibility Insights now, and that's a Chrome or Edge plugin there, and I can run Fastpass. So Fastpass here, and it says, whoa, not accessible. Document title is not there. Haslang is not there. Label. All of that is incorrect. Haslang, and it can go through and tell me where to fix it and everything like that, but I'm lazy. I want someone to fix that for me. So if I go into here, you can see what the issues are. So I can actually go into here. I actually do want to fix that form. Let me just get the fixed HTML there. There we go. And I want to go field set. Let me just see what I did there. And I think it's just because, let's go back there here. Let's go back and just check what we've done there. 2 form fields, that's why. Okay, let's close that there. So I did it just accept a solution. I should have actually just read the solution. I think that I accepted a solution that wasn't correct. And you can also go and you can right click on Copilot and it will go through all of that. So, and I want to go alert form there. Unclick equals to alert form. That's better. Now it's not some weird stuff there that get element by, and we want form, and not ID equals form. Let's go right click and we can go run. There we go. Name. There's no message there. Okay, and alert form. Okay, it does it with name, just name. So if we go through Accessibility Insights again, like I said, there has some issues. So I'm going to take the entire HTML. This just says name here. So I'm going to take the entire HTML and I'm going to go into Azure OpenAI Studio. So this is the GPT-3 Playground. You can sign up, and I've given Karen the thing there. And this is the same as ChatGPT, except it's not in a chatbot format. So I've got the deployment model. I've deployed the DaVinci model, which is the latest GPT-3. I've got the temperature on 1. I've got the max length tokens on the most good, and the top probabilities on 0.5. And I find that works best. So I'm going to go report on the following on the code, the accessibility issues on the following code. I see my garden service has started. Okay, so you've got that there. Now watch this, generate. Now this is quicker, and the reason it's quicker is because I'm paying for this. The code has no apparent accessible issues. The video tag includes captions in the form fields button that calls a separate access JavaScript function to alert the fields. Okay, did I not create accessibility issues there? No, I'm quite sure there is. Let's try that again. Maybe my wording is wrong though. Assess, no, not assess. Yeah, assess. Tell me all the accessibility issues in the following code and suggest fixes for them. Okay, so next step, let's go and talk about it. And this is kind of what you will be as a programmer going forward, because I've got all of these scripts here, I've got all of this code here, and I need to tell the AI exactly what it needs to do. So I've got generate here. There we go. Accessibility issues. The video doesn't have an alternative text description for screen readers. The form does not have a label associated with the input fields. The button does not have a descriptive name. Suggested fix, and then it goes there. But I want to go one more step and tell me, or then, and suggest and generate the code to fix the accessibility issues. And let's go through here. And now let's go, let's take that away there. Do that. Generate. Look at that. Code to fix accessibility issues. It just literally did my job for me. And it did it easily. But I needed to, if you saw that, I needed to know how to talk to it. That's the novelty. So all of us, we're worried about, AI is going to take our jobs. They're not, because we are going to become conversationalists, AI conversationalists. So let's take this code now, and let's go into that, copy. And now I can actually go copy that, go into there, Control A, Control V. It's added an input labels for my text fields there. It's added some ARIA forms there. You can see ARIA labels there. And it's also added a video controls, track source. And it still needs to add a alternative text though. But let's just open this and see if we can go through accessibility insights now. So let's go here, hit refresh on that there. And we can just make sure that it works. Alert form still works here. Let's go into accessibility insights and Fastpass. And it did say has lang. So now I can use GitHub CoPilot to actually fix that. So over here, I've got HTML, and it's I need to do lang here. And I can go here, and I can go. Let's just go see that issue right there. The every HTML document has a lang attribute. So if I open that up here, it'll say the HTML element does not have a lang. So I can go not head. I want to go HTML. Oh, there's no HTML here. That's why I deleted that. It didn't actually generate all of the text for me, or I deleted that. Let's just go in here. There we go. I deleted that. Yes. And then let's go into head. Okay. Well, you get the gist of it here. The lang attribute here needs to go en. And then I can actually paste that text there into that, Control V. And now it has everything. And I've got the lang attribute. I can right click on this and go run index.html, hit refresh here. And if I go into Fastpass here, I've not only got it to, look at that, failed instances, but I did this with Azure OpenAI. And you can take that code there that I've just done with that title. Let's go there. And now you can just go and, okay, cool, view code, and I can open it in Python. Or I can do that entire thing in JSON via REST service, or I can do it via curl. So all of your GitHub and Azure DevOps processes can be automated. not only that, but it can actually recommend code changes for you, even do the code changes for you. So that's the GPT Playground, and you can get a lot more out of it. You can go manage your deployments, you can summarize text, you can natural language to SQL. Look at this. Prompts, and this is the prompt table there, and then sample response. So it can create a table for you. You can let's open a program there. It can create the Postgres table, and then you can actually go and create the deployment. You can see there I'm creating the deployment here, and I'm going to go into code Cushman there, and then select star from employee. There it's got it, employee, and generate. So it knows what the table is, and it can actually generate the fields here. Okay, so it is trying to generate there. So a query to list the names of the last 10 employees, and you can actually go there, and it will actually generate that for you. And there's so many different options you can actually use on OpenAI Studio, and you can even use Microsoft Q&A. So let's go back into the examples here. Let's go from current slide. So that's the demo, and I showed you with GitHub CoPilot, I showed you how to integrate it, and I then used GPT model to go in and fix some issues on accessibility, but you could do it with code. And you saw there that I became a conversationalist. I was speaking to the AI, and I needed to know how to speak to the AI. Yeah, so you can sign up now on aka.ms chatGPT3. You can also snapshot that. Follow me on @Rory Preddy, and let's take some questions.
Rory, as usual, that was fantastic. Thank you so much. And
know about all of this hoo-ha about why this is so incredible. And this was only launched last week. And the minute I did that, I actually said, okay, cool, can it do accessibility? And I go, take a page, and you can do the same with an app, with anything actually. I chucked it in there, and it goes, cool, I've fixed your accessibility issues for you. But not only that, but okay, I'm going to show you something, but this is a bit, don't do this on too many sites. I'm going to go into my OpenAI Studio here, and I'm going to go to GPT Playground, and I want to go into my DaVinci model here, and I'm going to go scan the following website for accessibility issues. Now, to prove to you that this is live, I'm going to go to cnn.com, and I'm going to take something like this. The China balloon issue. The China balloon issue. Here we go. Now I'm going to scan that. Let's go here. Oh, I don't want to do net. Yeah, look at that. It can go out of any link to any app, to any website, and scan. And then I can even say, cool, now you're scanning that and everything. Why did it give me the turkey? I did the balloon. You saw me, I did the balloon. Scan the following website for accessibility issues and list the lines of code that have each issue along with suggestions on how to fix them. This is let me do the max tokens to there, and the temperature. I want to do 1 here. You can change the parameters here. Actually want to stop. No, don't do those stop sequences. I'm actually on the wrong channel here. That's why I'm on, I hadn't done this. So let's open that again, because I think it kept the previous. Yeah, no, I don't want natural. Let's summarize text. Example. Let's just do that there. Generate. Look at that. It's only picked up those 2 there, though. But you can go through it, and I had to learn how to be a conversationalist. I had to learn to scan the following website for accessibility and list the lines of code that each issue along with suggestions. And you're looking at also the probabilities, the frequency penalties, the presence penalties, the best of, the max length token, and you're becoming a conversationalist by understanding how AI works. And this entire thing, I've been running this now, cost me, I think it's like $5 for the last month that I actually ran it here. The GPT3 Playground. We have a big alert coming out. I'm not going to ruin it for you, but there's a news event that my manager Satya is going to announce about a really incredible new change with GPT-3. Okay, let's go back to questions. Sorry, I just had to show you that before I forgot about it.
Awesome. And again, for our audience, if you have a question for Rory, please just raise that in the chat and I will pick that up there. Rory, I just want to come back to a particular word you've used in your topic so far today, conversationalists. Here's this fantastic new tool set, and it really does become about how you are able to interact with the AI tool set that's there in order to direct it. And I guess that goes to your first slide where it was, where's this positioned in the spectrum? To go, it's either a good thing or a bad thing. Well, if you don't know how to talk to something, you'll never know. If you do begin to learn how to talk to it, you'll get an idea of what's possible. And if you become a proficient conversationalist, well, now you can really use it for good, right?
So I want to find the days of the month and the time of the latest sunset, because I walk a lot in each month in CSV. And then you can import it into Excel. So it's not only for developers in CSV format. The days, not the days of the month. I want to go list the numbers of the days of each month and the time of the latest sunset of each month in CSV format. Now, so this is tied in, and very soon this is going to go into Excel. So if you're thinking that this is only for developers or anything like that, you're sorely wrong, because right now, if you're on the Microsoft Word beta channel and you go in the top there and go generate a summary for me, it'll take your text and generate a summary of you using GPT-3. And we're going to incorporate this in every area there that you have to do any searching or any type of manual labor. In a couple of months' time, gone.
Awesome.
That's late, eh? I didn't actually tell it which country should we use for Johannesburg. Johannesburg. It's getting late, eh? The sunset. I've noticed that. Okay. I think it assumed that I was in Johannesburg. Let's just assume that. Okay, so no, there. So sunset is, oh, that's late, eh? What month of the month there? So, and you can do all of that. So, for example, if you wanted to find out who hasn't paid you or who should pay you, you can actually incorporate all that field there. You can actually go into file management, add new data sets there so you can read it, and you can download, the Python API and get it to actually talk to your underlying. And this is Azure, so it's not GPT, the OpenAI one. So you can actually go in here. Let me just make that a little bit smaller here. Get started. Let's go into the GPT Playground. But this you can actually put in behind the firewall and also have managed identities, so it's secure also. Okay, so that's everything I wanted to show you. Thank you so much for being a gracious and glorious audience. You can go into GPT-3, aka.ms, and thank you. Sign up today. And you need an Azure subscription, but then once you do that, the power that you have, but also we have ethical guidelines. So we rein in the power and we're responsible for that power though. But I would enjoy you showing me the power that you've incorporated in your everyday life. I use it to send my wife poetry. I reply to my emails with it. I actually take the entire email, go summarize that, give me a reply, and it does it. Then I do my WhatsApp messages. I've literally incorporated all of this into my personal life.
Rory, if I may ask, where did you start with OpenAI and the inclusion of AI in the work that you do?
I like DALL-E because I needed some images that I needed to create. You can see this image here that you created there. This is an impressionist view of that, though. So if you don't know DALL-E, let me show you quickly. Let's go out of here, and then I'm going to go to DALL-E. So we have the DALL-E tools also on Azure OpenAI. So I'm going to log in here. But I don't have access on the Azure one. I have it on the OpenAI portal. So I'm going to create an image for you, and I'm going to go a 3D high definition picture of a rocket taking off with its fuel trails looking like the explosion of a nebula. Let's actually not do 3D. So a impressionist oil painting. Let's go there. That's a little bit more painting. There we go. And we're going to go there. So I know how to speak to DALL-E. So let's see if and I learned how to speak to AIs via this tool. And then I moved on to GPT-3 because I'd already kind of worked out the power behind it, how to have conversations. There we go. And that's mine. That's my image right now that I own. And I can use that wherever I want here. So this is an impressionist view of a rocket taking off whenever you want, though. And this is OpenAI. And then, obviously, we've got a big announcement today, you see, and we've pivoted. Microsoft has pivoted on accessibility and AI, and also a lot of our tool sets around that. So it says, how will AI affect the hacking space, scanning websites of vulnerabilities from Ronaldo? There's already been rules engines that has already done this. So the key point to understand is that AI is not going to be able to do anything new that all these other tools hadn't been able to do that. The novelty is that AI is going to be able to take commands through conversations. So you're going to be able to command those tools through conversationist AI, and then learn from the results, though. So in that sense, because human beings have evolved so much to be conversationalists, you know, half our brain is for that, it means that we could probably hack better and quicker. That's why it's important for Microsoft to vet the usage of that tool and make sure that no one is abusing it. Here's another picture that I did to celebrate me speaking at Microsoft Spark. I did a Zippo lighter with the sparks with a swirling cosmos.
The creativity is coming through, Rory.
I didn't realize I had it, hey? Like my wife the other day said, what hobbies do you have? I'm an artist.
And an impressive one at that.
It takes some time. You know, if you look at the ones that I didn't do, so this is 2 digital twins. It took time to actually learn how to speak to these like that is a school child, and you can see their school inspector visiting grade 4 school in a local school in Sweden. He's introduced to the class by the teacher. So you have to kind of get into the mindset of it. But it's the same with DALL-E. We're going to launch it, and if you go into Bing or Google or Microsoft Word, you have to learn how to speak to these AIs. But that's it. That's all we need to do. And the same with GitHub CoPilot. If I go here and I want to create a function to validate an email, so I can go here and I want to go create a function to validate email addresses. Done. I didn't know how to speak to it. I hate regex, and I'm so glad this thing does regex for me. Okay, thanks everyone. We're perfectly on time, actually. 45 minutes. Karen will be very happy with me. Thank you, Carl. Thank you, DVT. And don't forget to sign up. There is a long waiting list, so rather get in there. And a little bit of a secret, when you do sign up, make sure that you only select the GPT model, not the DALL-E model, because the wait list for the DALL-E model is even longer. So you'll wait a lot longer. So if you want to sign up for the GPT-3 model and not necessarily the DALL-E model.
Brilliant. Rory, on behalf of everyone that's attended today, thank you so much for your time and sharing again your insights in terms of the technology that's out there. In particular, I think you have brought a bit of a spotlight to accessibility and issues there, and how OpenAI, ChatGPT, and Azure OpenAI can be applied to actually make for better sites and interactions for everybody. Thank you again.
Thanks, everyone. Cheers.
Ciao.